Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. Boring, lackluster, a defensive battle, historic. All words that can be used to describe Super Bowl 53. And I don't think any expert could have predicted the way Super Bowl 53 shaped up. It wasn't necessarily a shock that the Patriots beat the Rams in Super Bowl 53, but it was a shock that they won by a score of just 13-3 when you put two of the more prolific offenses in the NFL going up against each other. We here at the Gridiron Expert had the final score being 34-31, not shaping up to be the lowest scoring Super Bowl in history. And we're going to break it down a little bit, share our thoughts and reactions to Super Bowl 53 as New England clinched their 6th Super Bowl title and the 6th Super Bowl title for Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in their 9th appearance together as quarterback and head coach. The game right off from the start, looked like it could be very intriguing, and the chance that the Rams could pull off the upset. The Patriots were using the ground game very effectively, and that was something that we addressed. They were going to have to use Sony Michel, James White, Rex Burkhead if they wanted to beat the Rams. They did just that. I believe Michel rushing for 94 yards and getting a couple key first downs down the stretch. Same with Rex Burkhead. Sony Michel punching in the game's lone touchdown with 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter to take a 10-3 lead over the Rams. Tom Brady did not have his best Super Bowl performance, and some people say it's because of his age. Some people say it's because of the strength of the Rams defense, which was extremely dominant. And we said if the Rams wanted to win this game, they were going to have to get pressure on Tom Brady, just like the Giants did twice, just like the Eagles did last year in Super Bowl 52. And I felt that the Rams did a fairly decent job of pressuring Tom Brady. On his very first pass play, he threw an interception. Was it his fault? You decide. It was a little high in my opinion. The pass was a little high, got tipped, and was picked off. But it was not his best performance. Over 250 yards through the air, 1 interception, no touchdowns, but he came through when it mattered most. He did what Tom Brady does best. Late in the fourth quarter, about halfway through the fourth quarter, threw 2 beautiful passes to Rob Gronkowski. One, a little bit of a wheel route, and then another one down the left sideline, positioning them at the 2-yard line to set up the go-ahead touchdown from Sony Michel, which ended up being the deciding factor, which took the 10-3 lead over the Rams there. On the Rams side, we talked about how strong their defense was. Aaron Donald, Ndamukong Suh, you got Marcus Peters, you got Aqib Talib. They played fairly well for the most part. You hold New England to 13 points, 9 times out of 10, you win. You would expect their offense would have gotten a little more production. The issue for that was the fact that Todd Gurley, once again, remained a non-factor in this game. He was a non-factor in the NFC Championship game, and we stated that the Patriots were going to be able to take away Todd Gurley. There was no way they were going to win this game with C.J. Anderson. C.J. Anderson absolutely scorched the Cowboys' defense in the divisional round. They were not going to do that against the Patriots, which, in my opinion, had a very underrated defense going into this game. And Brian Flores, his defense played out of their minds. By far their best game of the year. By far his best job coaching of the year. And of course now he has gone down to take the head coaching job of the Miami Dolphins. And rightfully so after shutting the Rams down to just 3 points over the course of the entire game. It was just 3-0 entering halftime. And the Rams got the ball to start the second half, which was going to be key. We expected them to come out, make a couple adjustments, and maybe see a different team on both sides of the ball. I personally expected the game to pick up. The Patriots and Panthers, you go all the way back years ago, was that 2004, was a very low-scoring game up until the fourth quarter, and just went back and forth there. Patriots ultimately winning 32-29. I thought that might happen here in Super Bowl 53. That was certainly not the case. The Patriots forcing 8 straight punts from the Rams. Jared Goff, as we mentioned, a young quarterback. And here's the thing. What we have to keep in mind is, as devastating it is for these LA Ram fans, you have to understand this is a very young team for the most part. A young quarterback, a young coach, fairly young running backs. The defense, still fairly young, has plenty of experience there, but still, this is a young Rams team. It's been a phenomenal run by them, and this is not going to be the last time we see them in the Super Bowl. They are on the rise. So are the Chiefs. We are slowly seeing the guys like the Patriots and the Saints, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger. We're slowly seeing the exit of them and into the future with Jared Goff and Patrick Mahomes. But once again, experience ended up being the key here. Sean McVay even came out and said that he was just purely out-coached by Bill Belichick, and there has to be something to be said there for postseason experience, for experience on the biggest stage of all of football. Jared Goff, you don't want to put a young quarterback in a position there where you have a non-factor run game and putting him in a position where he's got to win this game through the air. 38 pass attempts for Goff, only completing 19 of them, throwing a very costly interception down there in the red zone. Stephon Gilmore, one of the best corners in the National Football League, coming through clutch on that play. And that play, if you haven't seen it already, was the only play that the Patriots rushed with 6. They rushed 6 guys up against Jared Goff, and that was the only play they did that the entire game, and it ended up being an interception, the ceiling interception for New England. So overall, it was not the most exciting Super Bowl from the game itself to the halftime show to even the ads. It was not one of the more memorable Super Bowls. However, it is going to go down in history. 6 Super Bowl victories and 9 appearances for the New England Patriots, Tom Brady, and Bill Belichick. This is something that we may never see again. Tony Romo said it best. You will never see this again in the National Football League. So love the Patriots, hate the Patriots, what have you. You have to respect what they are doing. Maybe they are cheaters, maybe they're not. It's up to you to decide that. But you will never see this type of dominance once again. And, you know, we talk about who the new dynasty will be, and had the Rams won, maybe this would have sparked a new dynasty, much like the Patriots did 17 years ago to the day when they played on February 3rd, 2002. That sparked the beginning of that Patriots dynasty. They couldn't get the job done here. The Rams couldn't in Super Bowl 53. The dynasties are coming soon, whether it's with the Chiefs, whether it's with the Chargers, whether it's with the Rams, whoever it is. These young guns are coming up, and they're going to make a big impact. But Tom Brady and Bill Belichick were just not ready to pass the torch quite yet, and I don't think they're going to be ready to pass the torch yet until both of them decide to retire. So Super Bowl 53, not one of the more memorable ones, but it's going to go down in the history books. It's going to go down the record books. Tom Brady gets his 6th. The Patriots get their 6th. The Rams will be back, though. Overall, a very strong defensive battle. Credit to Brian Flores. Credit to Wade Phillips for shutting down both teams' offenses. But in the end, it came down to experience and who could make the most plays down the stretch. And that came down to Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and Julian Edelman, the Super Bowl MVP. 10 catches for 141 yards, rightfully deserved, without a doubt. Whether or not he deserves to be in Canton in the Hall of Fame, discuss that down in the comments. There's been a lot of debate about that. But he played out of his mind, so did the defense, and this was just a Super Bowl, like I said, not one that many people are going to remember, but one that the Patriots will for a long, long time. So thank you for watching. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time on The Gridiron Expert.